Hello, CraftyCrandall fam. It has been a while. I think the last time that we spoke, I was in the midst of my move. I had just moved here and I really fell out of the routine of creating art. And to be honest, a lot of that has been because I have kind of transitioned more into making music, which has been a real big passion of mine for the last couple of years since you last saw me. But also, I do want to reestablish my love of art in making more artwork about music. If you have followed me for a long time, which if you're watching this video and you've seen any of my previous videos, you clearly have been, because it's been about 2 years since I've made a YouTube video, but you know that I am a huge music fan. I love music. It is something I'm super passionate about. And so to be creating music of my own is an incredible experience, but also to be able to create artwork that goes along with my music and that follows that same trajectory is so amazing. So for this video, I want to take you along with me on a cozy Saturday of making art, of making music, and just having a good time. So to start creatively today, I want to thumbnail a couple of potential album art kind of concepts for a single that I just recorded and can't wait to release. It's called Lifeless, and so I wanted to take you through that process with me and just kind of start there. Welcome back, CraftyCrandall fam. I started my sketching by just adding 4 different boxes to the piece of paper with the intent to sketch out 4 different ideas. When I first attempted to approach this concept, I was thinking mostly in terms of the bottom left idea, where I was thinking I would overlay a photograph with some digital elements of the skeletons. The reason for the skeletons is because the song is, again, called Lifeless, so I'm trying to utilize the play on words in both the artistic depiction as well as like the lyrics that I have written and utilize as kind of that play on words throughout the song. So each idea featured a different kind of skeletal composition, and I think I really still don't know which one I am most drawn to. The initial idea, again, will be in the bottom left, but trying to combine the bottom left elements with the other 3, I don't know which is going to compositionally work the best if I do decide to go a more digital versus painterly route. Something that I started that I am really excited about is a log of all of the songs that I have written. So in this sketchbook, I just keep all of my songs and also have space there to draw pictures that relate to them. So this is a song that I wrote at songwriting camp with the Blue October guys, and got Justin to sign it after I had written it down and drawn the picture associated with it. So today I would like to, at the very least, write the lyrics and the chords to Lifeless, and then on this side, I'll end up doing an illustration that relates to it, in addition to the album art that I've started to kind of sketch out. So the reason that I do this in pencil first is exactly for this reason right here. These words are too long, so what I'm going to end up doing is actually making these words vertical so that I've got a little bit more horizontal space here so that I can end up fitting the entire song on this sheet. It is really fun to try to figure out these like textual compositions for each song. They're all different, they're all of different lengths and different quantities of words, so I really enjoy this process, and it is somewhat cathartic to create art that is simply in word form. Also, this candle is phenomenal. If you're in the market for a new candle, paper chime candles, can't recommend them enough. They're actually a local company, and they made this process just so cozy and enjoyable, so I wanted to mention them. I also just wanted to note that like this is only for finished songs that I've written, and then this is like how they are normally written like in my notebook. So I will usually start like a scratch page in the notebook. I don't know if I've got one here, but then I will end up finishing a song and writing a version in here. This is like to practice and everything, and then once I really feel like it's nailed down, then it gets put into this book. So that's kind of how I approach documenting my songwriting. I would love to hear, if you are also a songwriter, how you document your songs, because I feel like there are so many creative ways to do it, and I would love to hear yours down below. Okay, so coming back to our thumbnail sketches, I kind of really like these three. This was my original concept, but it's more of a digital design than a painted design. So I think I'm gonna try to do a thumbnail of these two with paint. And then this one is kind of a mix of the concepts here. So this one might end up being a digital design as well. We will see. Because album art tends to be square, I just taped off a couple of quick squares in my already square ELO sketchbook. I am using this sketchbook with the intent of using my gouache paint for these. So I did a quick larger scale sketch of the top two designs and just left the sketch marks pretty much visible with the intent of painting over them. With the sketches complete, I am going to actually go ahead and use my gouache for this. I think if I do like a quick underpainting and then just try to get some colors down, I can at least decide on hopefully a color scheme for this, whether or not either of these layouts is the one that I end up going with. But first, I had to revive my gouache paints. They have been sitting for quite some time and were, as you saw, more than a little bit crusty. So I took a squirt bottle of water, added water to them, and then reapproached them overnight after leaving them there. I then went ahead once they were all revived and just started adding a background to each painting. After I had done a very, very light underpainting in orange, which ultimately I think was kind of a mistake. Orange was probably the wrong color to choose for that, just in that it didn't really look that good. And I realized that like the point is that the underpainting doesn't really stand out, but in this case, because my layers were so thin, it definitely did, and it ultimately left me feeling like the paintings were no good. Regardless though, I persevered through and just started to add some general color to the body of each painting. I was trying to work pretty loosely with this because the whole idea here was just to get the general idea, color scheme, and composition kind of laid out in a more finished artistic form. And I do think that I accomplished that with these. I just don't know that the outcome is anything to write home about. I will be honest, it's been quite a while since I have done like full-size paintings. I've made a lot of greeting cards recently, which I will have out in a video very soon for the holidays, but I haven't done a lot of like full-scale painting. So this was a really good way to ease myself back into painting and also just get my ideas out on the page for my potential album art. The concept here is that this artwork would accompany Lifeless upon release into like where you would see it on like Spotify or whatever for the song. So I will definitely be filming another video as I figure out the actual album art, and I will kind of go through that process, but now you have at least had a behind the scenes look at the kind of planning stages and how I am figuring that out for my initial song release. I am super excited to have a song. It has been a goal and a dream of mine for quite some time, and it's really exciting. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to release a song, but also take you along with me as far as the planning process that has gone behind it. You will have to let me know down in the comments below whether you like seeing these behind the scenes and what you would like to see more of in the future. So, as concept sketches, I think that these are honestly not too bad. I think I'm just going to peel the tape up now and see them in their final form, and then put a piece of like parchment paper or something between them and close the book so that they flatten out a little bit. As you see, they are rather crinkly. Let me know your thoughts on these paintings, how they could be improved, or whether you thought either of the other sketches would have been a better choice for the album art concept. As I said, I'll continue to take you guys along with me on the journey of figuring this artwork out as I kind of just continue this creative process. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to have you guys here. And as always, I appreciate your viewership. Also, quickly just wanted to show you the finished Lifeless lyric page. I finished it yesterday off camera, but did just want to update and show you how pretty it looks. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Please hit the like button if you liked it. Consider subscribing to the channel and becoming part of the CraftyCrandall fam. I will catch you guys in the next one for all things music, songwriting, art, and crafty content related.